Yo, check this out. This is Wayne Wonder, representing for Warieka LTV. You see the vision, don't it? See the vision. Warieka LTV. Keep it locked.
No, I'm gonna tell you. We, us as bloggers, these are the issues that we need to address. You understand what I said? You see? Set the path for the youth them. Share, like, and subscribe and stay tuned to the channel because I don't know all this shit. Yes. Good morning, good afternoon. This is the Runaway Slave. And I'm here today to discuss how pan-Africanism get dissolved. Yes, as I said, I grew up like as a revolutionary baby and a black nationalist, and I see everything black. Now today, we are living in a time now where the world is in a confusion. I may have some brother in America. You may call them my brother and my sister. And there's a new school of thought when it comes to pan-Africanism. And the reason I know, I'm going to direct the reason I know to three of my good brothers. Fiera, I want you to come take lesson now from what I go say. Jason Black, I want you to come also take lesson. And my good brother, Tariq. You see, I am 67-year-old and I am a black nationalist baby, Rasta baby. And most of the things they want to say only is coming from a good place. But you all is limited in scope. So here what I'm going to do now. I'm going to show you now how the Marcus Garvey teachings is what free the black world. So when we talk about Marcus Garvey, would I say Marcus Garvey, if we don't agree, is the founding father of the black school of thought. Yes, and we can all agree that black American is who support and build Marcus Garvey to the highest point of his movement. Right. But also, black American, not black American, the American COINTEL program is what them used to bring down and stop the movement. So I go and show the black world now my understanding of how this thing I get the real. And in my book, 3/4 African leaders are traitors. Now, me not follow the man and say, Mandela, for example, a traitor. Me not follow no man. Me know say Mandela a traitor. And me soon tell you how me know Mandela a traitor. And not only Mandela, 3/4 Rasta elders a sell out. And Bob Marley, Burning Spear, Peter Touch, all these men that Rasta are whole up in a high esteem, they are traitors. All of them is traitors and sell out. All of them. Today we see the world is like the world that take lesson from Bob Marley children. Bob Marley children is nothing to do with black struggle. You have to know if you look at what I'm doing. Ziggy Marley, Steve Marley, Juna Gang, all of them sell out and traitors. Sidela, the last time he talked to him, I cried shame a she. The whole of them. So I don't want no man come romanticize, and that's why I make my disclaimer. I don't want no man come in on my DM and come ask me about and tell me nothing about Bob Marley and him picking them, because him picking them and have nothing to do with black struggle. You can tell by just look on the kind of people where them take for be them wife. Yeah? But before we beat it down on Bob Marley, I could beat down some African leader now. Now, Marcus Garvey, who said, Africa for the Africans, those at home and abroad. The first African leader to use that slogan and free themselves is Nkrumah. So I don't want a boy come tell about Ghana and go back to Ghana. Me hear Fear talk, you know. And Fear is so right. That's why I make this talk, you know. Because me have to keep... It's good to go back to tell my story from when I come. But me still want to link up with Fear to make Fear know, say, keep doing what you're doing. Because, listen, Nkrumah is the first African leader. Ghana is the first place to get free. 1957, them get for them freedom. Under the banner, Africa for African, those at home and abroad. After Nkrumah get freedom, you know Nkrumah though? Put on goggles. Stop looking out. Stop reaching out to him other African brothers and start look for self. And from Nkrumah come straight down to Nairiri, Kenyatta. Jomo Kenyatta was so bad that when him dead, the Kenyan people refused to bury him. And the Queen of England did have to make sure him get buried. So that's how bad the traitorism go. Now, the only leader, couple leaders, you can hold and say, yeah, them man there did stand up. And his man like all Idi Amin. Yeah, Idi Amin and somewhat Garvey. Them man they a real stand-up kind of man in my book. But me think fast and forward now. Because when me listen to Fear and me listen to Jason, I want to talk about the pan-Africanism part of the thing. My thing, I want to say my Rasta me I talk now. When me come to America in the 70s, like me say, at that time, the world was divided in two, and the world still is divided in two. And that was us against them. You know who the us is, and I know who them is. So there's no two-way to this thing here, and there's no in-between this thing here. I remember in the prison yard, back in the days when I declare I self as prisoner of war. Yeah, cause at one stage, all black prisoners, up to today in America, most black prisoner consider themselves prisoner of war. So when me did in the yard, that's how me used to see myself as a prisoner of war, because I was being held innocently for things that I didn't actually do or responsible for. But the powers that be put these things on me. Now, I remember in the prison yard when the world I cry for free Nelson Mandela. Them time there, boy like me and my friend and my team, I cry, no, don't free Mandela. Free I and I. So I and I can go in Africa and free Mandela. Cause them time the I and I bad enough, brave enough to go take on anything in Africa. Cause them time the Angola war turn up. Rhodesia war turn up. South Africa war turn up. The whole Zambia war turn up. MPLA turn up. Move in Philadelphia turn up. The BLA turn up. The Panther turn up. The liberation movement globally turn up. The Red Brigade turn up. So them time they and I up. And I cry now. And I never cry for free Mandela. I never cry for free I and I. So I and I can go and free Mandela. And I remember, so this was one Fiera, Jason, and Tyreek for take lesson now for see how Pan-Africanism get crushed. Pan-Africanism get crushed when Mandela make whatever deal he make with the South Africa, with the clerk. Yeah. First he make a deal with Botha, and Botha end up a put him pan special privilege before him get released. Then Botha, government regime change, and the clerk release him. And him come run against the clerk. But I remember after I'm released and him come to Harlem. Yes, for those of you now who think say me just a chat off my mouth, go back and look up when Mandela come to Harlem and make that speech. Before Mandela come to Harlem, Jeremiah Pratt had got released, I think, from Soledad prison. When Mandela come to Harlem, Pratt was on that platform with Mandela. I was in the prison yard listening to that broadcast, the famous broadcast that done Pan-Africanism. Yeah? I don't recall who had asked Mandela the question, but you can go research the record. I remember Mandela saying greetings to his brothers and sisters here in the US. I remember that. And I remember somebody asking Mandela, I'm just telling you what I remember. Those of you in America, the record is there for you to research. I remember somebody asking Nelson Mandela, the person said to Nelson Mandela, Mr. Mandela, how do you feel about our struggle here in the US? This is what somebody asked Mandela in Harlem. How does he feel about the black struggle here in the US? And Nelson Mandela reply was, as far as I can see, and as far as I can tell, your struggle is one of an internal struggle. That is what Mandela tell black Americans say. After we, can I use the word we, after we in the West have campaigned for so many years and put all kind of pressure upon the world for free Mandela. Mandela come a Harlem, come tell we say, as far as him concerned, the black struggle here in the West is one of an internal struggle. I remember clearly the whole Harlem booing Mandela and telling Mandela to take away himself and go back to South Africa because the South African problem was also an internal problem and we take it and make it to be an international issue. And I think from that time, from that day, there was a shift into how we in the West see African struggle. Mandela was the one to come and told us that the struggle that we are facing is not an international one, but one of internal struggle. And from that time, I, the runaway slave, took it upon myself to deal with my struggle as an individual. And that's why when I get released from Attica, I took it straight to South Africa and put in the work. When I say I do, I put in the work. Dash with the Jamaican passport because I'm done with that. Only to find out that I am in Africa. I remember one day I was going into a building called the Ponty City in Africa, which is the highest building at the time in South Africa. In the Ponty City, you named the Ponty City, it was like a League of Nations building. And I remember going into the building one day, me and my team, and I have my electronic gate opener. So I gone in, and my brethren them come in, but them never have no pass. So I go back down, if I go swipe back the gate pass, for make the man them come in. And a Zulu man hold on by my hand. And I look on the man and tell the man, say, leg on my hand, pussy. For my boss a shot in your face. That me tell the man, the Zulu man. And the Zulu man tell me, say, I'll get you deported. Can you imagine this? I'm in Africa. And this party wall, I'm going to tell me, say, aim will get me deported out of Africa. Can you? I remember, again, going to a shubin in a place named Rosebank. This is like you go to Beverly Hills now, to a shubin. And I'm in the Shubin. And again, a Boer, them call him them Boer, the German Boer. Yeah? Look at me and tell me that you are not an African. That's what him tell me. You're not an African. And him said to me, say, which language you speak? And him talk to me in a Shana. Him talk to me in the belly. And 3 other language him talk to me in and ask me which language me speak. So him tell me now, say, because me not speak no language, me not African. So I tell him, say, look at you coming to tell me that I am not African. When it was your father who stole my father off of this land and sold me to whoever them sold me. And now that I'm back, you look for me to tell me say me not African. So, Fiera, what you're saying, Fiera, I'm endorsing what you're saying, because a lot of people go to Africa and come back and romanticize them trip to Africa. No, don't get me wrong. The best life me ever live is in Zimbabwe and South Africa. Because like me tell you, say me a rude boy. And anywhere you go, rude boy, if you have art, people will treat you with mutual respect. My time in South Africa was very lovely. I mean, a penthouse, me living in a South Africa penthouse. That's how beautiful my life was. And I was able to bring my family in South Africa to enjoy some of that beautiness and loveliness. But then, when I look at the real issue, I am here to tell you now, after the election and the Mandela takeover, nothing really changed. It was just a black face running Africa, and the underprivileged was still underprivileged, and the privilege was still privileged. As a man from the West, I was privileged. I wasn't under the privilege. I was privileged because I was willing to take what I want. And I took what I want from South Africa. And I'm here today as the runaway slave. Not looking back, not looking to the east and not looking to the west. Not looking to the south and not looking to the north. I am where I am, and I will stand firm where I'm at because the struggle is where you're at. And as far as I'm concerned right now, I'm a free person because I've done everything to free myself. The struggle continue.